Yanni. A night dream about you, it seems I can't sleep. If I capsize, it seems that I've been in too deep. Your shallow is profound and I'm superficial deep. When I think of giving my all, you're the only thing I keep. So the ultimatum is verbatim every time I'm weak. Rouge for truth, every time you kiss me on my cheek. My senses awake when I should be at rest. So when I get this off my chest, I'm playing Russian roulette. Cause I'm required, love's a form of suicide. You cried, I died, we let the pain subside. I came back running, you caught me on the sideline. Took me in, you're always blocking opposition from the blind side. Dangerously in love, blowing kisses, getting hugs. I try living without you, now I know that I'm in love. Not for play, not for fake, but the expression on my face displays, displays, and fades, and no escape. Like,
love has got me here, standing with no fear. So who I am and where I am, prove that you're the man. Love has got me here, in a place that we can share. I push and pull, I turn my back, but you're still standing
I
there.
got issues with trust, but you told me we off that. Others tried to infiltrate, you told them to fall back. It wasn't broke, they couldn't fix it. Love was on, I couldn't miss it. Tough love was the case, can dismiss it. So here is where I am, and here is where you met me. This is so right that you never could have left me. You saved me from myself, I had to admit it. The engraving said rest in peace. So here's my happy ending. When 1 + 1 = 1, the math makes sense. You're the period in the sentence of this past tense. Fast forward to the future like a blast in the past. Your love is so on time, faded memories last. It's the hope for tomorrow, stolen hearts, don't ask to borrow till death do us part. Saying such sweet sorrow, will you leave me? I will follow if I'm born again. Yesterday, then welcome to tomorrow. Bid the others good tomorrow. Like
da 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 da. When you tell me like da 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 da. When you tell me like da 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 da. When you tell me like da 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 da. Love has got me here, standing with no fear. So who I am and where I am, prove that you're the man. Love has got me here, in a place that we can share. I push and pull, I turn my back, but you're still standing there.
Thinking about you and I can't sleep. Everybody's wondering what's wrong with me. See, the money ain't the issue, it's all about the heartache. Seizures at my leisure, but some things I can't shake. Live in desperation, I'm drowning in despair. The cold that never goes away, the fear is everywhere. So the love I once felt never got a chance to show. The light inside of me finally gets a chance to grow. I gotta press forward when I wanna go back. Days are just as bad for the insomniacs. I put my trust in you cause you make up what I lack. In the marathon, pass the baton, I'm running on the track. So the nightmares fade, the daylight comes. The moon runs away when the sunlight comes. I see the love never went away, it's in my heart. I gotta get out, so I do it through the art. The pulse is missing peace, so I'm doing my part. The song's about hope, just listen from the start.
So who I am and where I am, prove that you're the man. Love has got me here, in a place that we can share. I push and pull, I turn my back, but you're still standing there.
gentleman, it's Yanni, baby. She's got the boys, girls, and kids going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yanni, baby. She's got the boys, girls, and kids going crazy.
My name is Johnny, that name means peace. I bring them peace, so there's peace in the streets. Still weak, they'll speak what they won't really teach. I'ma reach in this piece like I'm cleaning your teeth. Need pockets and pants, don't carry a purse. Need sample on song to carry my verse. I got a car for, I got a license. Got money bags and boys really like it. Folks pay attention, think that I'm hot. Everything that critics think that I'm not. Rebel, renegade, weirdo, and nerd. I studied English, haven't you heard? Got way with words, I love to rhyme. Want autograph, I'm not even signed. Say hi to lovers, cause haters don't like me. Think I'm not great, you could just bite me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yanni, baby. She's got the boys, girls, and kids going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yanni, baby. She's got the boys, girls, and kids going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yanni, baby. She's got the boys, girls, and kids going crazy.
Up, family? What's really good, family? I am Reverend Yanni Davis, your peace pastor. I used to go by the peace president, y'all, and presidents are cool, but they seem to be the ones that are appointed. And well, I feel like I've been anointed and called for such a time as this. Sending you love, sending you greetings from Los Angeles, California, where I now reside. But y'all, I continue to call Atlanta, Georgia, and Queens, New York, my home, my home, my home. Well, let's talk about what we're here for today. Basically, family, I'm a kidney transplant survivor. I'm a lover of people. I'm a pastor to the people. I'm a coach. I'm a creative flow strategist. And well, my life basically has been all about care. At the age of 16, I got my gold award, which is comparable to the Eagle Scout award in Boy Scouts. And basically, my project was called Assess Your Stress, where I was bringing Tai Chi and yoga and vegan eating and natural foods and teas into the church space. And people were like, whoa, what is this? Assess your stress at 16. Also in high school, I had the opportunity to serve overseas as a teaching artist with some groups, some church groups. And from there, on the way back, I said, God, I want to do this for the rest of my life. So here I am, y'all, coming with the coaching, coming with the creativity, and coming with the community. And so my SupaNatural life is all about providing holistic communal care for life's chronic conditions. And we got some chronic conditions coming up. Whether we think about the pandemic, whether we think about Black lives being lost, whether we think about our babies being in cages and needing to be released, whether we think about the chronic conditions of our bodies and our minds coming up, y'all. We got some chronic conditions coming up. And so I want to figure out, and I'm figuring out, and I figured out, thank you, God, how to make this happen in a really awesome way called the SupaNatural way. And so basically we're here, Welchella 2-day festival, day 1. We about to show y'all the new wave. We about to show y'all the new wave, the new wave, the new wave, and how we're rolling out holistic communal care in the world. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. I love you. I thank God for you. Be peace, no peace, live peace. It's Yanni. So at this time, y'all, I actually wanted to bring up a dear, dear friend of mine, a dear, dear artist from way back my time in Atlanta, Georgia. And so at this time, I want to intro my buddy, Nick. Nick P. How are you, Nick? Yes, let's go ahead and unmute. You're looking so good over there.
Danny? How are you feeling today?
Oh, I feel vibrant. I feel ecstatic. I feel amazing. I feel cared for by you. Yes. How you feeling, Nick?
Awesome. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And you know what? I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This cold weather, it can do something to your energy. But I'm feeling good nonetheless.
I love to hear it. I'm sending you some sunshine from LA.
Oh, thank you. I need all the sunshine I can get because, you know, this melanin is popping and that sunshine, it makes
it's good for it, right? Yes. Come on now.
Yours is too, Queen.
Thank you. Thank you, family. So let's get started. Nick, tell us who you are. Tell us what you're about. Tell us about the movement. Tell us what we need to know about you right here and right now.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a singer, songwriter. My home is Atlanta, Georgia, and my passion is inspiring people to let their color glow and to make the world smile through their truth and through their gifts and through their story. Yeah, 2020 has really been a struggle for all of us because of COVID. If it wasn't COVID, it was the campaign race.
Yeah.
So much has been going on in 2020, but
Yep.
I released a social media challenge called the Make Someone Smile Challenge in
Ah,
conjunction with the music video to help people to realize the importance of being the source of positivity and positive energy and love, even through social media. So
yeah.
I hope that this media challenge can be positive, a positive shift for 2021.
Well, it seems like it already is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it hit at least 10K by now. So plenty of folks all around this world are smiling and continuing to share the Make Someone Smile challenge. I know I hopped on a few times on my IG to share it and let folks know. But actually, where I got to see it the first time was at Rise Community Church, right? So our church, right? All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about Rise and like how beautiful that space is. That's still living and thriving and functioning and going on 7 years now. 7 years Rise has been around. So yeah, Rise.
So actually, I got connected through Rise because a lot of my provost at my school, the ITC,
Yeah.
is Pastor K, Maisha Handy. She is the
Yes.
pastor at Rise, and my big sister, my auntie, my mama,
Yep.
all of that. And I got connected because her and I just connect on an artistic level, and she invited me. And I had the pleasure of joining what's called the Jolly Ministry, which is a
Yes.
ministry of spoken word artists, people who use their gifts of spoken word to inspire others. And I
Yes.
serve in that ministry there. Yeah.
Beautiful. And so if I could take you back the history of the Jolly Ministry, when Pastor K was forming Rise, Pastor K, I love you so much. Rise, I love you. I thank God for you. I would not be who I am and where I am today if it weren't for you. But as we think about spiritual mentorship and those guides and those leaders that are there for us, Pastor saw me and was like, well, Yanni, you got these gifts, would you maybe think about helping us find a location to meet for Rise? And then it was, oh, Yanni, maybe would you think about maybe developing an arts ministry with Rise? And then it was, oh, Yanni, what about developing the Nomo ministry so that people can come with their words and talk about the power of words? So 8 years ago when we were developing Rise, Pastor K saw me and was like, Yanni, develop the Nomo ministry. And then it moved into Testify. And now we have this new iteration of what it means to share our spoken word and our gifts and our love and our light with the world.
So I even honor you as a predecessor. I
Hey,
honor you. Absolutely.
amen. I should thank you for that.
Ashayo.
Yes. And so tell me a little bit about your wellness journey, how you keep your mind right in the midst of all that you're doing and that's coming up, and maybe how the art plays into that.
So really, just like one of also our patriarchs in the Rise Ministry, Dr. Black,
Yes.
When the pandemic first hit in March, hit the States, he
Yeah.
told us to make sure that we use this time to really search our soul, search within, pray, connect with the Creator, and let this be a major time of creation and
Mm.
creativity. And all of that thought, that self-reflection, I really learned the importance of people and connecting to people and putting smiles on people's face. And out of that, I even, as being a progenitor of hope and love for others, that actually ironically became an avenue of hope and love for me. As I looked for ways to put positive energy on social media, that actually was, I spent more time
Yeah.
reflecting on positive things
Mm.
myself. And so that helped me to even improve my own perspective of
Yeah.
life, my own perspective of my future, and my own art. It really sharpened my
Your
my tools.
own art. All right. So I'm going to ask you
Absolutely.
this last question, and then you're going to
Absolutely.
tell people where to find you, where to find the video, how to pump it out, and then we're going to show that thing. All right. So my last question to you, Nick, when you think of the supernatural way, what comes to mind? What comes to mind?
I think vibration.
Ooh.
And so our words are literally like vibrations in the air.
Yeah.
You know, the whole universe is still vibrating.
Absolutely.
So as we utter positivity, even if we utter negativity, we're putting a vibration in the air. And I choose to put positive vibrations in the air. So that's a supernatural power that I believe that we all have.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Nick. Go ahead and tell us one last time about Make Someone Smile Challenge. Hype it up. Where do we find you? Tell us everything we need to know. What you got coming up? And thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, and honor to you and to the creator for giving you the gifts that you have and allowing me to be here.
Yeah.
But I want to invite all of you to follow me right here. Here's my handle at Nick P Art. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can simply follow me on Facebook by my artist name, which is Nick P. Or you can type in Nick P Art. It'll come up either way. My video is tagged to the top of my artist page. Or you could go to YouTube and just type in Worship You by Nick P. I'm your boy, Nick P, the guy with the beard. Check out my song, Worship You. And when you share it, do me a favor. Use the hashtag Make Someone Smile Challenge. We're going to make someone smile all throughout 2021. And I need your help to do that. Share my video and spread love and smiles.
Yes. Thank you, Nick. We're about to go into the video now. We love you. We love you. We love you.
I love you. Blessings to you.
Blessings.
Okay. Yo, yeah, man.
Cool, I'm on. Hey, what's up, Nick P?
Yo, Nick P, what's good, bro?
Hey, yo, Nick P, what up?
Yo, what's up, my brother Nick P?
What's up? What's up? I've been working on this new song, and I have this idea that I really need y'all's help with. All you do is you take your phone, record yourself making somebody smile, and post it on social media. That's it.
Man, I got you. I'm down, bro. I'm down.
Okay, I like that idea. I can do that. You know, what if we did like one of those hashtags? Like, I got it. We can do hashtag Make Someone Smile Challenge.
All right, cool. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right, y'all be creative with it, and whatever y'all do, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. Remember to smile. All right, peace.
This morning with a smile on my face and my heart filled with praise, lifting my eyes soothing and with both my hands raised, shouting and giving thanks. With all my heart. Why I'm doing my dance and I'm lifting my hands, but I'm living my best life. I got no tears to cry with the love on my side, yeah, on my side.
I woke up early in the morning. I work 6 days a week, boy, I'm yawning. To worship God, sometimes it's a job, man, but it always pays off if I'm honest. Even though I complain, I know you got this. I just wish it was the same for all my friends. We've been struggling and wondering and hustling, but never get enough of it, cause they don't feel the love for him. I will glorify your name. I get it when I love sin and felt I was winning, but the mission I'm living is a prison chained to the system. Hey, but we are the victim, not the victim. him. Jesus broke the shackles, so clap your hands and worship him. Yeah. Yes, God. That was me. Yes, Lord.
You're the God of love, God of peace. I praise your name, I praise your name. God of love, God of peace. I praise your name, I praise your name. You're God of love, God of peace. I praise your name, praise your name. God of
Whew, that was insane. Okay. And submit.
Wow, family. I'm smiling. Are you smiling? I think I'm going to carry that smile with me all of 2021 and beyond, y'all. We're working some things out, y'all. We're figuring some things out. We're coming together in community. We're trusting in God, trusting in the Spirit, right? Trusting in one another in a way that we never have before so that we can live holy, holy, holy. And when I say holy, I mean WHOLLY, holy, entirely or fully, and that's what I want people to live into and be about in this season, y'all. So often people have tried to strip us of our identities and cause disconnection and cause discord and cause strife based off of all of these isms that we have coming up, whether we're thinking about patriarchy, homophobia, ableism, sexism. The list goes on, family. It goes on and on and on. And so guess what? My SupaNatural life is here to provide holistic communal care so that we can come together again, so that in the midst of insulation, we can feel some isolation coming up. So as I think about the insulation and the folks that are keeping me warm, I've got to think about my kidney donor, my precious, precious donor, Mariah, and the miraculous way she dropped into my life and made it so that I could be here, resurrected here today. I want to shout out Tia Williams. Tia is my heart, one of my closest friends. We've been working together for over 10 years now. Over 10 years has been my support and my love and really advocating for me as a business person and as an artist. And Tia is now our lead coach for my SupaNatural life as a therapist, as a coach herself, as a beautiful person, a follower of a practice of Buddhism with the better me, a better Buddha. So we got to shout out Tia. Thank you, Tia, for all of your love and all of the ways that you've shown up for my SupaNatural life. All right, family, let's get back to it. We are about to jump into an interview with two of my dear friends, my two dear friends. They serve as mentors and guides and colleagues and business partners and visionaries and creatives and all of the things. So now I got to ask my dear friends, RJ and Andy, to come on up. Hey. We are here, family.
We're smiling.
So good.
I'm like, that's a tough act to follow, Yanni. Come on.
I mean, it's the truth. We've been building over this past year, y'all, and I'm just so grateful, right? I'm honored and adored to know y'all. Like it's my honor to know y'all. So RJ, maybe let's start here, right? Let's take folks back a little bit and get them on the journey a bit around, how I even invited y'all today. All right. So RJ, you and I, we went to seminary together. And at the time, RJ, what did I look like? How did I look? How did I present maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I was always drawn to you from day one. I was like, wow, I really want to know what Yanni's about. And and then your illness, you got sick with your kidneys, and you were around but not a lot. And from a distance, obviously I was praying for you, praying for your healing. I remember we had a healing conference at Disciple Seminary Foundation one night with your family. And you're always somebody who's been on my spirit. I wasn't sure why. And then we got to talking, I don't know, 18 months ago, maybe a little more, and kind of trying to figure out what that was about as you were kind of feeling something similar. And so much has developed since then. I mean, I know we have like 8 minutes. We could probably up all of it right now. But I was praying for you a lot during those years. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. Back when you had the blue hair and the little mohawk popping up.
Yeah, now I have the COVID look. It's just, and
so thank you, RJ, just to share a little bit about where I was and then where we are now. Right. Let's fast forward. So Andy, RJ and I started developing our friendship whenever that was. And a lot of times I just imagined you sitting off in the back somewhere playing with the dog, or, just twiddling your thumbs or something, crafting the next major revolutionary guide for all the healers of the world. Right. And so Andy, tell me how maybe you said, oh, Yanni, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? This, that, RJ connection. How did that happen? I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about you a lot, actually. I mean, I can remember there was like a GoFundMe page for you. And like, he was like, hey, like, I really just feel drawn to Yanni. Like, I don't know. So like, I had known like your energy was very like in our field and in my field, because RJ talked about you a lot.
Yeah.
So then of course I'm, creeping you on the Instagrams. I'm like, I really like Yanni. I'm really digging her. She's cool. I want to know her. And I kept telling him, like, I need to know her. Like, I need her in my world. I need her in my work. Like, there's something there. And he just kept saying, yeah. And then I don't know. I think you guys had like a 5-hour conversation one day.
One of many.
But and I kept hearing like just like pieces of the conversation in the background, and it's time. I need to know Yanni. I need to know, and here we are.
And you were always this mysterious figure that I was like, peace and love got to go together. We got to go together somehow. So now, tell us about your work in the world. Tell us about what you all are up to. Maybe take us a little bit on how it went from where it was to where it is now. Even the partnership element is very fascinating to me. So please tell folks about the work, separate, individual, collective. Give us a little bit, please.
Yeah, well, we've been entrepreneurs pretty much our entire relationship. So we've been together now almost 11 years. We were talking about this today. I'm like, how are we still doing it?
Oh my goodness.
Which is crazy.
She's my best friend.
And really, like, we've been entrepreneurs and visionary. Like, we've had these big visions. For pretty much our entire relationship. And about 5 years ago, launched a coaching and consulting business that kind of just happened very organically, and became very clear to me that there was this deep work needed in the world. I was a therapist, so my background in therapy, my education's in therapy, but there's this deep need in the world for people to just be sat with and not pathologize, and just be seen and held, and really creating something that people can have these safe containers to come do that in. And then, RJ ended up 5 years ago being like, I want to go to seminary. And I'm like, that doesn't align with our vision. How? What?
Not right now, RJ. Really?
Like, you're throwing a wrench in my plan. But I just said to him this morning, there's this beautiful merge between his work in the world and my work of embodiment in the world and how they go together. And now more than ever, we need embodied leaders and embodied healers and embodied peoples, right? To do this deep, great work. And you said wholeness, and I'm like, amen, because that's what it's about, right? Like bringing in all the parts of ourselves and loving all the parts of ourselves and sitting with all the parts of ourselves. And so, we got big things coming, as you know, and my work, Andy Love, my business and my work is just a small piece of that really gets the vehicle moving fast. So
absolutely. Yes. And RJ, all right, seminary, the business is building, right? We y'all touching thousands of lives now. Like it's a global movement, right? Like this thing is happening. RJ, tell me about your spiritual journey, maybe even as you were going through seminary. What was coming to you? The word we like to talk about is liberation, right? Right. So we heard about the business, we heard about the embodiment, the spirit of it, the heart of it. And then RJ, share a little bit with me around your vision in the world, your gifting, your mind, right? Our minds, we just go for hours. And at certain points, Andy is like, and I'm going to bed. Goodbye.
Good night. I love you both. Good night.
Right. Peace out. But RJ, tell me more about you, your work, why you do this. And like I was about to say, one big word for us is liberation. Yes. Liberation. So tell us a little bit about that. Share with us, please.
Yeah, thanks, Jan. Yeah, and thanks for sharing what you said. It was nice. I always like taking the journey through our journey. Let's start there with that word, liberation. Loaded word, obviously, especially today. Always been loaded, but it seems like everything in the world has nothing new, but things are escalating, right? Yeah. And so, liberation. The way I understand that word is the kingdom of God, right? And then our progressive actualization of the kingdom in our midst within us. In the words of Jesus, is not making this stuff
and
up.
Kingdom, because it's for all of us, right?
Not the G. None of this patriarchal, monarchical stuff. Kin. It's a commonwealth, and so I believe, and you and I share a lot of similar theology. I think that was part of what the Spirit was drawing us together about, is we see the world in a similar way, despite having very different life experiences and coming from different places, right? And so, which I think is a part of the beautiful thing between our friendship and our camaraderie. But I think my spiritual journey, I kind of got led to seminary, like Andrea said. It was a while. It was 2014. Speed up this story, but I was doing a lot of work with the houseless community in San Diego where we live, and I was seeing the incongruities with church work. I love the church, but where there's everyone has their limit, right, about how far they're willing to go to address these very real issues of access and equity to just the fruits of existence, right? Joy, peace, abundance, justice. All these things that make life rich, right? And within ourselves, within our families, our communities, our nations, the world, the universe. And so, I out of that, that tension of like the dialectic between the work and what wasn't happening through the church, I went to seminary. I had a call to learn more, to really answer that question, and it's wrapping up right now. I'm wrapping up two graduate degrees. I plan on going for the PhD, and but definitely living in the world while we do that, because it's in the words of James Cone, the whole point is to get out there. Point of education.
Look, I'm trying to get out there, RJ, but maybe we'll be on the PhD journey together.
Yeah,
Andy, sorry, I know Andy is gonna drive you wild. But we'll see. So the last question I wanted to ask before I get to my last question for you all, where are things going? Right? Soul flow, embodiment, RJ, we got something coming. Look, Andy, I'm even gonna throw it out there live for all the world to see. Black History Month is coming. I think we need to do a little situation. We need to go live with all our women that we work with and be like, hey y'all, this is how this thing comes together. This is how it could work right? This is how community can look alike, right?
Yes.
If we really focused in and tapped in on loving one another. So I'm gonna put that out there. Yes.
See, amen.
And to let you all know, world, I'm actually a creative flow strategist working with Andy Love's clients and have been for a while now, and loving the journey. That's actually how I was able to crystallize what my supernatural life was going to be in the world, by doing this work with women all over the world, of all demographics, all backgrounds. So thank you, Andy, for helping me live deeper into my dream, right, of doing this great work. So y'all, all right, what's next? And then I'll ask my last question.
Hey, well, I mean, I'm on a mission, right? I mean, I got a big vision. We got a big vision. And, you know, my big mission is embodiment and really helping people get embodied. And what I mean by that is really just experiencing the wholeness of their life, right? Like really feeling into the present moment. And from that energy, just creating radical change, whatever that looks like for them. So, yeah, we got some big work to do together in this world, Yanni. And you said it. I mean, we got clients all over the world. This thing is growing. It's growing fast. And I really believe it's going to be a part of the collective healing. So
yep,
it's an honor.
Thank you, Andy. And thank you for being so invested in my supernatural life, because we got to give it to the people too.
Yes, we do. Yes.
RJ, what you got coming? What you want to share?
People
are waiting, they're waiting. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, you used the word earlier. I'll borrow it from you, co-conspirator. You know, and I love that you see me in that way, and I always will work hard to live into that. And so, you know, I think you know, my work in the world, my ministry is C3 work, is C4 work, with something coming. And so, but you know, speaking to my supernatural life in the supernatural way, you know, given the work that we're doing. And we have been doing, and you know, one of the key problems that I saw in the work that we were doing was access. And we talk about liberation, and so liberation is, you know, manifests in a myriad of forms, right? And one of those is caring for one another. You know, this is a multiple generation work. It's the work never ends, and so we need to love on each other and care for one another in the journey. And my supernatural life in the supernatural way is that, and so. That's how I see it. I'm passionate about it. It's a big part of my vocation. And so the other thing coming is gonna have a little punch to it, you know, and I think we need that too. And so that's coming. We'll all see it.
It's gonna be a little 1-2, and we just gonna keep leading the people in love, y'all, as my dad always says. I thank you so much. That was literally my last question. When you think of the supernatural way, what comes up? So thanks, RJ, for always being in my spirit. Thank you, Andy, for always being in my heart. We're gonna keep this thing going. I love you. Be peace, no peace, live peace.
Love you, Yanni.
Love you, love you, love you.
Love you.
Yes, family, as we keep it going, I am so grateful for not just my allies, y'all, for not just my friends, not just for my associates, but those are my co-conspirators in this life, co-conspirators. And we are working collectively and communally to shift how things are happening in this world, y'all. This is the new wave. The new wave is taking over the world. It's taking over the world. And I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Please, family, as you get the chance, as you get the opportunity, we would love if you would head to our website and donate. We just got it revamped. It's looking brand new. It's looking wonderful. It's looking delicious. It's looking amazing. So if you would, family, as you can, please head over and make a donation to this great work that we're doing in the world. Coaching, creativity, and community. Literally making coaching accessible, making spiritual care accessible in all the ways, whether we're talking about the LGBTQ community, whether we're talking about disabled bodies and their caregivers, right? Whether we're talking about Black and brown folks or folks that maybe have a stigma around therapy, right? Making spiritual care accessible to them. And sometimes people try to label us as a status, as a socioeconomic status or a place in this world. No. We're breaking all of those barriers. We're shattering them. We're taking them down. And we're saying folks need communal care in this time. Folks need help. Folks need support. And so we're rolling it out, family. We're rolling it out. We're rolling it out. And as you're able, please, family, go check out our website. Contribute to our Patreon. My SupaNatural Life everywhere. My SupaNatural Life. We're keeping it consistent. We love you. We love you. We love you. And please give what you can. Sign up to volunteer. Sign up to be a caregiver. Sign up to give a workshop. Sign up to go ahead and sign up, family. As I preach in churches, a lot of times I talk about how it's not just about the 10th. It's not just about that money, right? It's also about our talents, right? It's also about all that we have to give in terms of our gifts. It's all that we have in terms of knowledge. Somebody know what the grants are? Hello, send us an email. Somebody know a good web designer so we can set up our online portal for the coaches and the clients and the intake? Hi, we need you too. All right. So look, y'all. We're looking for folks. Anyone want to come and volunteer and intern? I got some work for you to do. I got some work for you to do. Whether we're talking about the New Wave arts event, whether we're talking about being a coach in training and learning how to give this care to people under the supernatural way, or if we're talking about Saluhu, which is my womanist ministry I started in 2018 for Black women, gender non-conforming bodies, and non-binary bodies, for us to come together in a sacred space for ritual, rest, and renewal. And that's happening tomorrow. Get registered and you'll get the link. You'll get the link. So look, any interns needing some work, I got you. I got you. I got you. At this time, y'all, we're going to keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it pushing. When I say peace, everybody say love, peace, peace, love. There it is. There it is. I want to invite one of my dear, dear friends, y'all. We go back maybe 12, 13 years to the AUC, where we were getting our education, where we were learning, where we were friends, where we were growing in God, where we were dreaming into the possibilities of what's happening right here, right now, having our own businesses, putting stuff out on social media, being the creatives we were called to be. So I want to ask if we bring my friend Candace up, Candace of Cooking with Candace.
Hey,
yes, Candace. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. How are y'all?
Look, I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
Cannot complain. You know, things are starting to lift here in California. We can go outside. We can get our nails done.
Look now. I've been missing my polish. I'm missing my blues and my blacks and my yellows.
I had to make a stop because I was like, oh, my hands are going to be on camera. So I have to show up, you know.
I love it. I love it. So Candace, how did we meet? Do you remember how we met? Campus? Well, fashion. I don't know.
You know, I can't tell you the day.
Okay.
I can't tell you what it felt like outside. It was spring or summer. It wasn't too hot yet.
Okay.
And it was probably on the promenade. So, you know, that.
Near the library, right? Where the library is.
And we had a bunch of mutual friends, and people were like, "You haven't met Yanni yet? You haven't met Yanni yet?" And I was like, you know, no, I'm not on campus. I'm a commuter student. And then here you come with all this energy. You had so much energy. And it was just shocking for me. And I was like, what up? And after that, you and I, it was all love. Every time we saw each other, it was like, you know, family.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, we attended HBCUs, historically Black colleges or universities. HBCUs in the house. And actually next month, we're going to be doing something called Life and Legacy, keeping HBCUs alive, where you'll hopefully see Candace again, sharing a little bit more about her experience as a HBCU attendee and grad and just the life. And so one thing I remember, we connected spiritually back in that time, right? Being able to pray together and go to services and go see the choirs and go to the arts events, right? And even fashion and right. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your journey with all of that and then where you are now.
So in college, as college young adults tend to do, I was a bit of a partier, but being raised, you know, going to church and being deeply rooted in faith, I didn't care what I did Saturday, because you can't be out all Saturday night and not have time for the Lord come Sunday morning.
That's right.
So no matter what I looked like, what I felt like, it was about getting up, getting my tail to church. Sometimes going to the Vision Cathedral of Atlanta, my home church, and then going to Rise with you.
Yeah.
And it would be, what is that? 5 hours of church.
All church all day long. By choice, right? By wanting to, by a desire.
Right, not by force. And that's what was magical about that time, was it's when I chose spirituality for myself, not a gift that was or something that was imposed upon me.
Yes.
And it was definitely at a time where I needed the Lord.
Absolutely. Wow. And talking about Welchella, this creative over here is the one that actually came up with the name Welchella, pieced it together real lovely. Coachella is actually a festival down here in Southern California. They have Beyonce, they do holograms of Tupac and all kind of stuff. And so this brilliant one done flipped the name. Here we are with Welchella. All right, Candace, go ahead. Let us know what you got for us today. Cooking with Candace is a segment we'll be rolling out. Yo, come on. I've had these delicious meals in person, y'all. And it really is the truth. So here we go.
It's easy. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cook a chicken tortilla soup. I can't promise it'll be super authentic, but I can promise it'll be yummy. What's really great about this soup is that most of the ingredients you'll find in your pantry.
Yeah.
So, typically speaking, we have black beans, corn, tomatoes, things like that in our pantry, and they're affordable.
Yeah.
And here's another cheat, and they're cooked. So there's that. We can make it with rotisserie chicken. You don't have to grill your chicken yourself. And what's really great about rotisserie chicken is that it's so juicy. So I pulled the skin off, and I'm just pulling the chicken apart before I put it in my unsalted chicken stock. And this is just store brand chicken stock. It is important that you use chicken stock versus chicken broth. Chicken stock is more flavorful. So I brought that to a boil with some bay leaves. Bay leaves, they do tenderize the meat, but they also just give a super yum quality to soups. Super yum.
Hey, our SupaNatural live.
So I have the stock boiling here.
Yeah.
I've smashed 3 cloves of garlic, just smashed them. And I put it in there with the bay leaves so they can start to marry. And where should I start? Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle in a good amount of cumin. Cumin is smoky, faintly citrusy.
Faintly citrusy, yes. Ooh.
Faintly, and citrusy will complement the flavors that are going in there. And I don't really measure stuff. I do things until the ancestors say, "That's enough, my child."
That's it. Come on, move out of spirit.
I know everyone can't operate that way, so I'm going to give you guys a guesstimate of how much I'm putting in. So that's about 2 tablespoons. And as far as the chicken stock goes, I used 32 ounces. And that's on the boil. I put in 2 tablespoons of cumin. I'm gonna add in 16 more ounces of chicken stock. You notice the brands don't match because that's what was in my pantry. A lot of people are fearful about cooking when there's really no need to be. Being that I used no added salt, so unsalted stock, I'm going to go ahead and go in with some garlic salt. Garlic salt does bring a salty flavor, but it's lower in sodium, you see. And being that it's lower in sodium, that's just good for most things as far as health goes. Your blood pressure, retaining water. Those of us who struggle with like inflammatory issues, you don't want to be retaining a lot of water. It hurts, quite frankly.
For sure. I remember I had edema in my feet. I had kidney disease, feet blown, all the way out here, swelling. and had to be careful with that sodium. Yeah.
So that was, let's say, 2 tablespoons that I just added of salt. So I'm just going to stir this in, get this all married together. Now, I did say we're using canned vegetables. If you know me, you know I don't enjoy canned things just because the preservatives aren't that bomb for your body.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show something easy and that I actually already had in my access. Now, you can use frozen things. I do prefer that.
Yeah.
And when you're using,
we got a comment real quick that said you deserve your own show on Bravo already.
You were so kind. Who said that?
RJ said that. RJ.
Oh, RJ, you're so kind. So I did choose to use. Thank you. I appreciate you, Brett. I chose to use the fire roasted corn. It's yummy. I'm not really sure if it's actually fire roasted. If you want to use like the Fiesta corn that's easily found at grocery stores, that's fine. Just a golden corn. I'm going to drain it and rinse it off. You have to rinse off that canny taste. I do not want to risk dropping this computer, so I'm not going to show you guys how I rinse, but we all know how to rinse.
Yeah. And maybe you can take us through 3 more steps. We're going to let you get to it, chef it up, and then we'll come back to you. So, yeah.
Sure. So I'm going to dump the chicken in. The broth is no longer at a rolling boil. We just want it to remain hot. We don't want to overcook the chicken. I'm literally dumping it and all those really good rotisserie juices in there.
Yeah.
I have 2, can you see that? Yeah, 2 stalks of celery that I've cut just by splitting the stalk in half and then dicing it. And it's important that your all your added things are about the same size. You do want consistency. So that's why I showed you that I split the stalk of celery in half, because you don't want your celery bite to be bigger than your corn bite.
Wow. Very nice. Never thought of that.
Yeah. But have you ever went somewhere or maybe ate something and you might have an auntie who's not the best cook and you're like, this is inconsistent, or I don't enjoy this.
Hey, to all the aunties out there cooking up the meals, cooking up the dishes. We love you. We thank you.
I just added half of a medium yellow onion. If you have a white onion, you can use it, but the best onion for soups is a yellow onion. It stands up best to being boiled. It doesn't disintegrate. Are we good, or you want me to do one more step?
Oh, we good. Throw that last little situation in. People are enjoying it. They talking about you need a show. So I'm glad.
In the same size, I've diced a medium red bell pepper. Red bell pepper is bell peppery, but it is a little sweeter than the green and the yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So real quick, what does cooking mean as an art, as it assists with your mental health, as it assists with your body, blah, blah, blah. Tell us real quick. What is this art to you?
To me, this art, honestly has saved my life. There's been times I've struggled a lot with depression, but I was able to express myself in the kitchen. I do understand that it's a gift that has to be worked on.
Yeah.
And totally all about cooking and making fresh foods, yummy foods, and healthy foods.
Hey, I love it. Thank you so much, Candace. We're going to come back to you. You keep it going, keep it rocking, and putting your everything, your love up into that pot, that super natural pot you got going.
Hey, that was good.
All right, family. I need to throw a little art in the mix. I need to throw a little art in the mix if that's okay. This is normally how I start a situation. And family, if you're on the Facebook page, go ahead and drop some comments. Let us know where you are, where you're signing in from. Let us know how you live your supernatural life, how you live into wellness, how you live into wholeness. Even if you're struggling with something, go ahead, put it in the chat. We'll be praying for you. I have this team of beautiful people, powerful healers in the world, okay? Coaches, people that are really tapped in and caring for the world in so many ways, that are ready to receive your requests, receive your words, receive all that you got. And head on over to the mysupernaturallife.org website, and you can do the same thing. Send your prayer requests. Let us know what's going on with you. Reach out for some care. The website is live, family. We are live. We are live. And so if I think about my mission and my vision in the world, this verse, I've performed it all around the globe. South Korea, India, Germany, London, Kansas, Iowa, New York, LA. When I say peace, everybody say love, peace, peace. So when I say peace, everybody say love, peace, peace. Yeah, all I could talk about is goodness and grace. That's my grandmother's name, the one I never could replace. So I fill in the space with the words that were written for the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Jews, Muslims, and the Christians. Atheist, agnostic, lover of life. I got a message in a bottle, came to shore one night. I'm so sure of the love that I have in my heart that when I open up my mouth, know I'm doing my part. Religion is a sentiment. We try to set a precedent on how to live a good existence, but I'm just persistent. It's matter of factly, I know it's gotta be all the love overflowing from inside of me. Because they tell us that we're ugly. They shoot us in the head. Even if we're physically here, we're walking with the dead. And they're keeping all the secrets on how to get the money. So here we are acting funny like bees to some honey. Following the footsteps of the ones who rose again is to recognize you're great and never forsake your closest friends. Some of you will learn to live without condition or restraint. Some of us will be the canvas while others will be the paint. Masterfully and wondrously, it's a brush that's called cold. Hope is a canvas brand new, and it's time for us to float. Culture and community, I'm giving you immunity to the pain and the sorrow given to you inhumanly. Inhumanely, they forced it down your throat. They threw you in the water, said it's time for you to soak. Well, I don't like their remedy. The message that they're sending me will be returned to sender. Their name, the great pretenders. I'm better than their images. I know just who I am. The work I'm putting in isn't visible in my hands. You can't find it in a paper. You can't see it in the chart. It's in the work we do daily, y'all. And it's shining from our hearts. It's in the work we do daily, and it's shining from our hearts. Malcolm X said that when you put we, and you take it out of illness and you add we, even illness becomes wellness. So that's what we're supposed to be about in this season, y'all. When I say peace, everybody say love. Peace, peace. When I say peace, everybody say love. Peace, peace. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Remember, we got to be about our good work in the world. Even when nobody is watching, let's love each other communally and in a real and true and authentic way. So give me a second, y'all. I got to care on myself for a second. I got to drink some water. So give me a little second. There it is. And I encourage those of you out there not drinking enough water, go ahead and drink that water. Also, the folks that maybe have a water limit, because when I had chronic kidney disease, I was only allowed to drink 32 ounces a day. 32 ounces a day. So sometimes when people are forcing that, drink more water, sometimes I'm like, oh, but we got to be mindful of the folks with some chronic conditions, with the inflammation coming up, with the swelling coming up, with the high sodium coming. We got to watch what we say. Got to be mindful of people's conditions. All right, y'all. I'm done talking. Y'all need to see another face, okay? Look. Because this ain't just about me. This is about the community, my supernatural life, my folks that have held me up, that have been anchors, that have loved me to wholeness. All right, here we go. Next up, this woman has helped shift the trajectory of my very life. And let me tell you why this coaching is so important to me. Because when I felt abandoned by the church, when I felt taken advantage of by the church, when I felt less than in terms of trying to be a pastor and live into my gifts in the church and be authentic in my expression. I needed somewhere to go where I could remember the promises of God, where I could remember all things were working for my good, where I could remember, right, the metaphysical elements that are at play in the world and in the universe and in my life and in all of our lives, that oneness, that love essence, that love vibe that we got to tap into. That healing we got to tap into. All right, y'all. I got to bring to the stage Coach Greta, Coach Greta Cow.
Yes.
Coach, my sister, my auntie, my colleague, my minister friend, all the things. All right.
Yes. Good to see you, Yanni.
Yes, we in this coaching world together. What?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Thank you for your love, Coach. Thank you.
Yes.
So, maybe talk a little bit about how we even got connected. Okay. Yeah. What was that like, Coach?
Oh my gosh. Someone referred you to me and we just started working together. It was a woman that I met one time and somehow you met her. And you reached out to me, and it's just been, we are family. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's it. Tribe, just first meeting, right?
Yes.
And what I remember is for about 1.5 years, we didn't even see each other, Coach.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know what you looked like.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true because we were working together virtually.
Exactly. I didn't even know that you rocked the fly hats cocked to the side.
Yes.
I didn't know that you had the Buddha in the background like I got my Buddha in the background.
Oh, right. Look at that.
Come on. Yes. Love at first sight. Love at first hearing for me, right?
Yes, I agree.
Clear audience and hearing me, right?
Yes.
All right, Coach. Tell the people about you. What have you done? How did this happen? What's it called? They need to know. I know.
Wow. It's like, where do you start? I mean, when I think about what I do, and I was thinking about that as you were talking to interviewing some of the others, and the way I like to think about it is that I believe that I breathe belief into others when they need it most. I help them to feel seen, to feel heard, and to feel loved, and it's usually at a time in their lives when they're just not certain. They're uncertain about things. And I just really enjoy helping them tap into the superpower.
Yes.
To help them to develop that relationship with their higher self.
Yes.
And with their higher power.
Yes.
And I absolutely love doing that. And that's exactly what I was able to do with you. And I'm so glad that I met you. I can't say that enough.
Yes, Coach. I remember I was given accounts of what it was like when I felt low, when I felt invisible, when I felt detached, right? Even when I felt like I don't know if I got to live, the rest of my life with this consciousness, right? I can live with the condition, right? I can figure that part out, but my mind just needed some help and some support, right? My spirit just needed a little love. My heart needed to be reminded that I wasn't alone. And so, how do you roll these things out, right? Like, I haven't fully deconstructed what happened there with us, but tell us more about the method or the frame or the experiences you've had that make the work so powerful.
One of my clients referred to me as a soul whisperer.
Yeah.
And I really, really was blown away when she said that to me. She said, "You're a soul whisperer because you've been speaking to my soul, speaking life into my soul." And, my intention is just to embody my clients and to help them to understand and to see themselves and to hear themselves and to love themselves in the same way that God does.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I hold a space for them, and I see them in their wholeness from day one.
Yeah.
you know, and then I just enjoy the process of helping them bloom where they're planted. And it's so beautiful to witness. It's so beautiful to see.
Absolutely. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So coach, I'm gonna do something a little different with you because I could go there with you. We know how to do this. All right. So coach, if there's someone out there, right, that's struggling with a chronic condition, right? Someone that's struggling with a chronic condition, can't seem to make it out of bed, right, every day, can't seem to shift their consciousness or their thinking around what's going on, feeling isolated and disconnected from community, right? We know that those people are out there watching right now, coach, right? Those are the people that we want to love to wholeness, whether it's us showing up as pastors in our congregation, right? Or the work that we do outside of the world, right? Motivating people and empowering them. So soul whisperer, please give somebody an encouraging message and some love right now, like you do.
You know, what I would say to them,
Yeah.
I would give them this affirmation. This is an affirmation that I've used. I use it myself and I share it with so many clients. And it's this: God in me is my health. God in me is
Yes.
my health.
Yes.
Because I think one of the things that happens when we feel that way is we feel separate from God.
Yes.
We feel separate from good. We feel separate from good health.
Yes.
So when you think about that, God isn't over there or in the sky or off somewhere.
Yes.
God in me is my health. And just be with that thought. You know, and to also think of your body as a good friend. Yeah, think of your body as a good friend. Your body loves you.
Wow.
And when you take the time and you sit with that, because sometimes we're rejecting what's happening. But if you would just surrender, put it down, and let God handle it, you know, it's not your problem, it's God's problem.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and sometimes what happens is we focus on the problem, and, you know, it's my habit to focus on God.
Yes.
Because if I focus on God, then the problem will take care of itself.
Absolutely. Right. Like things are always working for our good, working in our favor. Thank you so much for that, coach. Right. The God in me is my help. Right. They want to keep us fragmented. Right. They want to keep us divided. They want to keep us in these intersections and compartmentalizing all of who we are. But if we think about God being all and being in everything, I know at one point, coach, I had to start visualizing my cells, my very cells being whole and complete, right? And I would imagine every morning when I wake up as I was taking a shower, even though the toxins couldn't really move from my body, right? As I stopped using the bathroom, like the jaundice in my eyes came. I had sludge in my spleen, edema in my feet, all of this stuff was happening. And in the morning, sometimes when I couldn't even stand up fully or stand up straight, where I felt like I was about to fall and my brother and my mother was gonna have to come and get me, I would just visualize that water washing over me, right? In this very visualization practice. Yes. Yup. And so for the folks out there, look, remember what my coach just said, right? The God in you is your health. The God in you is your health. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not defeated. You are not invisible. You are not nothing. You are everything. You are everything in God's sight. Everything in God's sight. Thank you, coach. Thank you, coach.
Absolutely.
Yes. Could you tell us a little bit more about what's coming up with the work now, coach? What's coming up with the work now? How's it looking? Where do you see it going?
You know, I see it going exactly where you are taking my SupaNatural life. You know, that's what I see. I see that 2020 gave us an opportunity to do things differently. You know, church, I grew up in the church. I was in the church 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Morning, noon, and night. My mother was an assistant pastor, you know, and at the end of the day, everything is church. Everything is God, you know, and so it's no longer on Sundays.
Yeah.
Or Wednesdays. It's every day. You know, it's every day. It's an everyday practice.
Every day. And
Mhm.
coach, you know how you have your affirmations, your mantras. My new one is practice makes peace, right? So like practice makes peace. How our practices make peace and draw in peace.
I like that.
And you know what I remember, coach, as we were doing our work together, you told me how a large part of, well, one, you said, look, get ready because things are about to take off for you. Your life things are about to change. They're about to shift. And as we look at where I am, maybe a year and a half, 2 years later, we see how quickly these things happen, right? And the Bible talks about where 2 or 3 are gathered, right? The spirit is in the midst. And so even virtually, family, when we're gathered, all right, the spirit is in the midst. That energy is in the midst. So tell me a little bit. You talked about how you sit and you pray and you meditate and you think about the clients that you work with. Can you tell us a little bit about that process and that healing process that happens in your work?
Yes. So I absolutely enjoy to the fullest holding a space for others. So for any client that I'm working with, it is a daily practice for me to sit with that person in mind, in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, because what I know is that we're one.
Yeah.
You know, we're one. We really are one. And so I want my clients to feel lifted, whether we're on the call or not.
Yeah.
Whether we're seeing each other face to face or not.
Wow.
Because spirit is non-local. It's non-local.
Yep.
It's everywhere present all the time.
In all things.
Yes. And so I can be wherever I am and I can be connected to you. There is no separation. We're one. It's just what it is.
Yep. And times where I'd be thinking about you, you be thinking about me, want to make the call, send the text, right?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so thankful for the care that you've shown me and given me, my dear Greta. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. So my last question, you kind of touched on it, but when you think about the SupaNatural way, because people are going to be seeing more of you, right? In this space. And as we team up and do some other big things in the world, right? The SupaNatural way. When you hear the SupaNatural way, what comes to mind?
The SupaNatural way is to be who you are. To be who you are. It's about authenticity. It's about wholeness. It's about taking your whole self everywhere. In a relationship, to your job, to the table, wherever you're going, you're showing up as your whole self.
Yep.
You know, I always think about this, that an apple tree or an orange tree can only produce what it produces.
Yeah.
But yet, as human beings, we try to do different things on different days in different places, and it causes us to feel divided within. Take your whole self everywhere. You know, allow God, allow spirit, allow Christ consciousness to show up in you, as you, through you.
Yes.
Because it is you. At the end of the day, it is you, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So be who you are. That's what SupaNatural life is about. The SupaNatural way is about, and it's a lifestyle. It's a daily lifestyle. It's a practice. It's a daily spiritual practice.
That's it, coach. That's it.
Yes.
I'm so grateful for you. I love you. I thank God for you. Any last thing you want to say to the people, say to the world, say to, I don't know, your daughter, say to whoever. Anything you want to say?
I just want to let everybody know that you're already all right.
Hey.
You're already all right. You know, there's nothing you have to do. You don't have to try to change. You just have to love yourself. You just have to love yourself. That's all. Yes.
Love you, coach. Thank you.
Yes, love you too.
As you always say, thank you, God. More, please. Thank
you. Absolutely.
Peace, coach. Thank you.
All right. Peace. Love you.
Wow. Okay, family. That's my coach. That's my dear coach. Y'all heard her talking about health, talking about God, talking about Christ consciousness, a minister in the church, doing work for everybody outside the church, but always making that time to meditate and pray and stay balanced and connect and rest and live into wholeness. And that's what I want my supernatural life to be about. Balance, wholeness, peace as practices, and never forgetting the supernatural way. All right, family. Y'all see it. It's scrolling down the bottom. Hashtag supernatural love. Hashtag the supernatural way. Head on over to my supernaturallife.org and give whatever you can, family. We actually have Patreon giving opportunities that are only $1 because we believe in investment. We believe in abundance. We believe that it's not necessarily about the amount. Whatever it is, God is going to honor it. It's going to multiply. It's going to do a great thing in the world. And those of you that maybe aren't able to sign up with the $1, get on the phone and technology and make that happen. Will y'all please send us prayer, send us love, send us light, send us encouragement, send us support. Send it to me, family, as the leader and the founder and the managing director of this thing. I got to stay well. I've got to keep this body strong, keep my mind strong, keep my body strong, keep my spirit strong. And I'm just going to be coming with more coaching, more creativity, and more communalism for everybody. Yes. And, well, the world we live in requires resources to make it all happen. So thank you, family, those of you that can. It's all about that supernatural giving cycle. The supernatural giving cycle. The supernatural giving cycle. Yes. Okay. I think it's time for a little art. We've been talking a lot. We've been coaching. We've been interviewing. We've been exchanging. At this time, I want to bring up my dear friend Andy. Andy, a great poet, a great visionary leader, activist, advocate in the world, and is actually my poetry instructor in this great program I'm in at this time. And I had to bring Andy to come and share about mental health, about their journey, about where they are in the world. Look, all the things. Andy, thank you for being here. Come on, just tell the people a little bit about you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for inviting me to this event. This is exactly what I needed today. And, you know, I'm glad to be in this space with everyone and just sharing and being in community together. And then secondly, that Yanni's poetry, the first time I heard her read, just so much spirit. And it just makes you feel warm and it uplifts you. So thank you for also sharing your art and your poetry with others. And for spreading that love to our community, right? So a little bit about me. So I'm gonna take you a little bit on a little bit of a journey. I've been in LA for about 7 years now, and or it's going to be 7 years. And at the time that I moved here, I moved from DC. I was going through a pretty rough time, just mental health wise, a lot of breakdowns that were happening, and so it came to a point where I had to take myself out of that situation. And I had stopped writing for a long time. I would consistently write when I was younger. But at that time, I just really wasn't doing anything. I wasn't in school. I was only working. And so then I was like, I need to do something. I need to get out of this space. So I decided to ask for a transfer through my job, and I ended up in LA.
Yeah.
And so when I moved here, I had a couple of acquaintances, people that I knew, but nobody that I really trusted and that we built community with. And so I just put it out there in the world one day. I was like, I want to find a space where I can meet other queer folks and where I can write. And like a week later, one of my coworkers was like, there's a friend of mine runs this poetry group, and you should link up with her. And I did. And I ended up going to this writing circle for the first time, like in October of 2015, I believe. And it's been it's been amazing ever since. Like a lot of the good friends that I know, were part of that group at some point. And so it's just the trajectory, right? All of the different challenges and all of that along this journey. And then through that writing group, I found out about CLI, Community Literature Initiative, which is a program that Yanni's currently doing and that I'm an instructor for. So just a couple of years ago, I was in Yanni's, seat being a student, going through this program. And, it really took a lot for me to apply because I felt like my work, like I wasn't confident in my work, right? And I didn't know, asking yourself all these questions. Am I good enough? Am I a good writer? And a friend of mine who's actually TAing, she's the teacher assistant right now for the program, Alex was like, just send the application. Do you want me to sit with you and we can send this application together? And I went over to her house and she watched me push that send button.
Look, that communal care, that communal support.
Yes.
Big thing. Yes.
Yeah. So what, and it's been an amazing ride ever since. I mean, sitting now in an instructor seat and being able to create a space for folks to feel safe sharing their work, but also encouraging, supporting with workshopping poems and really doing it in a way that, where the poet still owns their poetry, right? It's like, how can we help you uplift this poem into a play, and mold it into something that folks will understand, that folks will connect to. So it's not about changing, for me, at least as an instructor, not about changing people's work. It's about already enhancing the strengths that they already have within their writing. So that's kind of been a little bit on my journey there with writing.
You're so excellent at it, Well, I'll respond first. I'll respond first to that. I'll give my critique first. I'll give my suggestion first. Yes, and so thank you so much for how you're assisting us, right, in terms of the work blooming and blossoming, right, and taking what we have and just helping us enhance it and grow it and make it look so good, right? Sound so good, feel so good. So I want to ask this: what role has poetry played in terms of your mental health, and your well-being, and coming into living authentically? Yeah, and truly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as I mentioned, being part of that writing group, just really, I was going through a lot internally, and I think also trying to figure myself out. I came out as trans about 2 years ago, and so it's been a long journey in understanding myself. What poetry has done for me has really given me a platform to be able to share some of those experiences, the anxiety, the love as well, right? The depression, all of the changes, the transition, and just coming into myself in all of these different areas. And so poetry has just really writing. So going through the writing program with CLI was such a cathartic experience, because essentially all of the things that I'd been holding on to just really came out in my writing, and they continue to come out through my writing. And so I use this as a platform, for my own mental health, to be able to, take out things that maybe I'm holding on to, but also, just connecting with people, because there may be somebody out there going through similar experiences, that could connect, and be able to learn something from what I have to share.
So good. So good. We got a comment that said poetry transforms lives. Poetry saves lives, right?
Absolutely.
Poetry has saved our lives.
Yeah.
In terms of living into who we are, our identities, our mental health, our love, our passion, our connecting with people. Like you said, Andy, you are a great, great connector of people, of ideas, of words, of visions. And so thank you so much for being here. My last question before we take you to, you just gonna share what you got for us. We are here to listen and receive, and we are thank you for producing this body, the book, the work, the project, this body as a blessing for all of us. Thank you. So my last question to you is, when you think of the supernatural way, whatever that maybe comes to mind or brings to mind or heart, What do you think when you hear the SupaNatural way? And then if you could let people know where to find you and then go right into your poetry, I would be so grateful. Thank you, Andy, for being here.
So when I think when I was listening to Coach Greta right before me, just talking about authenticity, one of the things. So when I was writing this book entitled "This Body," it was really about authenticity. And I wanted to come from a place where I wasn't holding back anything that I was feeling, anything, even the things that I at some points felt shameful to me, right? I've had to work through a lot of that stuff. But just really living your life in an authentic way, building those connections, right? So through poetry, I've been able to build a community for myself, a family for myself. And so, there are ways to do that. That really, like, where you're uplifting other people in the same regard, folks are uplifting you by supporting the things that you do creatively. Right. And so one thing that I would have to say is, live your life authentically. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, because sometimes that vulnerability is a learning moment for someone else, and is a connection for someone else to either get support, to speak up about their own struggles, and to be able to get help that they need. To feel better for themselves.
That's so good, Andy. Thank you for being here. Let folks know where to find you, and then I am ready to receive these beautiful and powerful words from this body, or wherever the archives, right? Wherever.
So I'm gonna put this on the screen here. I'm trying to figure out This Poet Travels. There we go.
This Poet Travels, y'all.
I stick to one platform because I like Instagram, and so I stick to one platform just to keep all of myself in check. So that's how I share my work, and that's how I share the different events that I partake in and things like that. But I'm gonna do two pieces from the book, and so this piece the first piece that I'm going to share, it's really, talking about healing. There came a point for me where I had to repair the relationship with myself.
Yeah.
And so this poem really takes you on a little bit of that piece there, when reparation started to happen for me. And it's called Reparation.
Awesome. I'm gonna let you share, Andy, and I'll be back in a second.
Absolutely. Thank you. When I couldn't stop the bleeding and tears could not hold me, excuses became old news and suffocated my veins. I poured salt into my wounds and coated them tightly, sat with the burn, reflected on what caused me to tear layers of sacred so deeply, analyzed the reasons I caused lacerations on top of bruises. Then I poured honey onto live flesh, filled the crevices with sweetness, watched the blues, the blacks, the purples fade away, witnessed my skin rebuild itself in its softness, reminded myself that trauma didn't have to reopen unless I allowed it to resurface. I asked myself, what good is blood on my hands when my veins already swallowed the medicine the earth made just for me? I counted the scabs falling off, sanded down dead cells, allowed the smooth canvas to exist in my stillness before I could decorate it again. Then when I was ready, I took a brush, fresh paint, and strengthened my structure with self-love, repaired any chipped edges, cracks, uneven layers, built a solid home I craved zealously, and filled it with affirmations, blessed it, kissed it, saged it. I poured salt and honey into my wounds. I could no longer let the pain scare me into believing bleeding was the only way to live. So I'm going to go into this second piece. That piece, like, really, just at that point of figuring myself out and figuring out what I needed to do to move forward. It took a long time, but and it's still work. A little bit of work that needs to be done on a daily basis at times. But those are the moments I appreciate, to be able to learn more about myself, and being more self-aware. This last piece that I'll share with you is really just a testament of my journey. So I'll take you through a little bit of who I am, actually a lot of who I am and where I've been. And this piece is called My Roots. I am my roots. At first, I was from the motherland, Frijoles con queso y bolillo raised me. Corn tortillas kept me alive. I'm from where the eagle perched on nopales, green as the mountains the Aztecs called home, white as jicama con chile and limon, red as the blood of my indigenous mothers. I came from maternal abuelos raising me as their own for 2 years. From pan dulce de sweeten the days I mourned the absence of my parents. I came from el temblor del 85 that shook all the fear out of me. From my weekly shots recommended for my fragile anemic body at 4. From my first crush on the neighbor across the street. From the life on techos and macetas hanging in my grandmother's jardín. I left custom-made baby clothes bought with my mother's work in la tortilleria. For secondhand clothes given to my father by his co-workers, traded homemade sopes for cheeseburgers, made the American way. Santa Ana raised me for a few years, taught me English, but my mother never let me forget my first language, so I kept my first language cemented on my tongue. Tustin became my 4th and 5th home. Here I quickly learned my differences when a white boy used the rock to split my head open. What are you? Where are you from? Became questions I could not answer, even when I felt the drips of blood from my wound. Cali kept my heart always, but I was raised in a city translated from the meadows. Las Vegas blazing desert summers. The rays of the sun seep deep into my skin, each day browning more. Red rocks became my playground. I wore a cap and gown for the first time in my lineage and repeated again 6 years later. Destiny called. I have never dug a hole deep enough to hold my roots in place. Until now, I've only encountered malnourished soil, too soft to hold them down. My 18-year-old sister helped me drive my green 4 SUV back east near the Potomac River. Military base and Pentagon were my backyard. The Smithsonian offering free history at my fingertips again. Hardly any history was mine. None of the apartments I lived in could hold enough of my sadness, so it overpoured into the streets, made it to my work desk where I embraced my passion for health. I learned to travel, took myself on road trips to escape the isolation, got my first passport, planned trips, made a list of places I wanted to go, then packed my tiny car, watched it get shipped back west. I arrived in the City of Angels on March 10th, 2014, with broken heart but more hope. I learned to become a master, cap and gown now becoming a legacy. Unpacked years of trauma, became my true self, learned my way around the freeways and the neighborhoods, made significant friendships. I still struggle with calling any place home. Pack, unpack, repack, live out of boxes, survive with the lessons from when this journey began. I am temporary, like how my spirit lives in this body temporary. I claim no hood. Like my ancestors, I settle where I can find a warm place to sleep and enough nourishment to guide me through this passage. I am not local. I am seeds in the wind, leaving trees and flowers that eventually turn into beautiful fields near unplanned rest stops along the roads. I am of this world. I am of this earth. Thank you all so much. I appreciate this opportunity to share my poetry. And you can find this body at World Stage Press, www.worldstagepress. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Yanni.
Yes, Andy. Have a great, great day. Thank you for being an inspiration to me and so many. Thank you for this body, the offering. And yeah, I can't wait to get Waves Crashing Against Black Skin out next year. All right, family. We're gonna keep it moving. Y'all. So when I was 16 years old, I actually had a song where I said, I used to go by Young and Noble. So that's why I have the N. The N is capitalized in Yanni, and in SupaNatural, Noble. I used to go by Young and Noble, Yan. And so that's ode to that, my younger self. And so I had a song, one part of it where I was like, young and noble, about to take it local. Nah, scratch that. We about to take it global. Still a party, ain't a party till I pass through it. Pass me the mic, let me get right to it. Pass me the mic, let me get right to it. People say they love the way that Jan makes music. Love the way I do's it. Love the way I do's it. Between the hooks and beats, they refuse to refuse it. But anyway, the whole point is, nah, scratch that. We about to take it global. So at this point, y'all, I want to introduce a dear, dear friend to me, a dear, dear coach, a therapist in the world, a great mediator in the world, a great advocate for youth in the world, coming to us from South Africa. I don't know what time it is, but can we please bring Soraya, my dear Soraya, up to the screen of the Center for Sacred Healing. Soraya, how are you?
I'm well, Yanni. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you a little tired over there? You a little sleepy over there?
I had a good rest this afternoon, so I'm fine. You're
fine. Awesome.
It's 1:34 a.m. here.
1:34 a.m. Thank you for
You're
being
welcome.
with us and for
Anything
showing
for you, Yanni.
Thank you, Soraya. Anything for you. So, Soraya, we got the opportunity to work together, and I'm so grateful that as I was going through this last press of getting my supernatural life out, this last press of life stuff coming up, heart stuff coming up, you were there for me as a great guide, as a great support, as a great therapist, as a great coach, as a great spiritual companion, whatever we want to call it, right? Because sometimes we get a little tripped up with the labels and what a person can do or can't do to provide care, right? Yes. But you came with this mashup, this mix-up of healing tools that were so sweet and so toned in and tapped into what I needed in those moments. Soraya, tell us about your method, around your way, around how you give love and show care to the world. They need to know what it's about.
Yanni, thank you so much. So my education and my background has been therapy for just over 12 years now. And so I started in addiction and just realized through all of that work that trauma can lead people into places that become where they act from. Yes. And so it almost becomes an identity. And when we use that information, because people are experts on themselves, and we figure out how to best understand why people are using whatever they're using to communicate themselves in the world, we are able to unlock how to heal those things. And so with me, it's really about feeling where someone needs to go to and understanding what the resources that they have are, emotional resources, and building these tools that you're talking about that will resonate with the person so that we can unlock whatever is necessary and move forward.
Yes. Wow. Unlock whatever is necessary to move forward. So basically you're saying, look, I was locked up. I was stuck. I was in a way. And you came with the key and you were like, here, Yanni, gave me some words, gave me some encouragement, gave me some things to do. And boop, 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 whoop. Here we are today.
Actually, Yanni, I just showed you through you telling me what you had going on, or whoever it is, that the key is always with you.
The key is all.
Yes.
The key is always with me. I hope people are taking down some of these notes I hope people are taking down some of these tidbits, these mantras, these affirmations. Look, the key is with you, people. The key is with you. Coming from Soraya all the way in South Africa. Look, it feels good to my soul. I know it's got to be true. So Soraya, could you tell us a little bit about the work you do as an advocate with youth and working with families? How has that come to be about, or how does that look in the world as you show up for these families and for children even? Because we want to be about the youth as well. We just received some grant money to do some work with the age demographic of 10 to 25 and then 55 and up. And so, let's think a little bit about the youth and their parents.
You know, Yanni, our communities have such a rigid understanding about where the child ends and where the parental unit or whoever the guardian is begins, and how those two can dance with each other. And I really feel that giving a voice to the youth that teaches respect and understanding of self allows them to communicate whatever the needs are, because my generation, was definitely not able to communicate to my parents' generation. You know, it was just the focus was getting us to a place where we're all eating, educated, roof over the head, all of those kinds of things. And I firmly believe that whatever the previous generation lacked, the current generation suffers from. And so in order to be able to bridge that gap and to say, look, we can't just sit down and have a conversation about what needs to change in the home or figure out what it is that the child is lacking, and teaching the parents of how to bridge the gap. Because I firmly believe that a child should be speaking to their parents or their caregiver. A person like myself coming in should be a temporary fix. It should never be. Having children myself, I cringe at the thought of a stranger talking to my child, teaching them how to talk to me. So I firmly believe that a parent needs to learn the skills to be able to get down on the ground, get on your knees, and figure out what it is your child needs, and know that you have that inside you. You've birthed this child, or this child's been blessed to you, come to you through however they've come to you. You should be able to understand that that connection is so strong that you are able to let them feel and understand that you are here no matter what it is. The judgment leaves the building once we get on our knees and we tell our children, I'm listening and I'm here. And so the intervention that would come through any kind of youth advocacy is very short. It needs to be short-lived with the child, especially because we want to teach the generation that it's okay to trust the people that are in the next room now. Instead of always making them feel that we need to leave the home to be understood, to bring understanding into the home.
Yes. Wow. To bring understanding into the home. Soraya, you just dropped a whole bunch of knowledge on some parents. I hope that they got it. Tara saying, I love the message as a mother myself, trusting that instinct, the key is within. The key is within. Wow. Such a good reminder for parents is coming through on the comments. Whoa. Soraya, whatever your child needs, you have inside of you. That's all the wisdom and knowledge you are dropping on the people of the world, Soraya. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wow,
Yanni.
we talked about listening, right? And meeting the children where they're at. And so many times we forget we just got to meet children where they're at.
Exactly.
Whoa. I have another question for you.
Yes.
So in your own life, right? So as you think about who you are, in terms of everything that makes up who you are, and as we think about the supernatural way and living into everything that we are in the world, right? What comes to mind when you think of the supernatural way, and as it relates to you and your life, and even the Center for Sacred Healing? What do you see? What do you see? What's coming up for you?
Oh, Yanni, complete connection.
Ooh.
That's what comes up for me. You know, when I worked in addiction, the way I was taught about addiction was it's a very isolated thing. Addicts really, it's dark alleys, it's ugly things, it's that kind of thing. And the new way of healing in any situation, whether it's about chronic illness, disconnect in a family, disconnect with self, relationship issues, whatever, it's connection. And the supernatural way for me means getting the understanding of what the superpower is.
Yes.
And using it to the best of your ability. I always say the personality is the car, the character is the driver. When you figure out what the car can do through understanding who's driving, you can do anything. You can reach speeds that aren't even on the speedometer if that's what you want to do.
Wow.
It's possible. So in connecting with who you are as deeply as possible, you're able to unlock connection with others. People will be drawn to whatever it is you are talking about because you understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And when that happens, the supernatural life exists.
That's it. Someone just wrote, oh, my supernatural life just wrote, people love connection, and that's the supernatural way. Wow. Soraya, you are doing some beautiful work in the world. Are you looking forward to working with folks in the States? I mean, how's that coming up for you? We got people all around the world chiming in, all around the world. Like, what does that bring up for you? Taking it global.
This is a dream come true. A couple of months ago, I wrote it down. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And through learning what is possible through major self-belief,
yes,
I've come to realize this amazing thing that I'm doing with you right now that I'm able to do with so many. And whenever you say international, I'm like, no, Yanni, you're international. I'm over here.
Switch, flip.
It's amazing.
We're worldwide, Soraya. We're going worldwide. This new wave is taking over the world. It's all about the supernatural way. It's all about the Center for Sacred Healing. Soraya, thank you so much for being with us at 1 o'clock in the morning. You are such an angel. You are our family therapist. Look now, you know, you helping out so many folks in the tribe. And then thank you. Thank you for your great work and for all of your wisdom and love. I appreciate you. I love you. And
Thank you, Yanni. I love you too.
Real soon, because I need you to come back and share with my people.
Thank you. Thank you, Yanni.
Love you. All right, family. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. This thing has been beautiful. It's been wonderful. It's been powerful. Family, head over to my SupaNatural.org. We are a .org family. We got our IRS filing our status. We got it about 2 weeks ago, and I am fired up. The IRS was taking a little while, but we finally got it, family. Head over and make your donations. Head over and just support in any way that you can. Send us an encouraging message. Sign up and send us your phone number so that we can send you some text messages. We're not gonna bombard you, right? Everything in balance, right? Everything in balance. We're not gonna bombard you, but go ahead and sign up so you know that the programming that we have coming out, so you know about the coaching, the creativity, and the community that we will be sharing with the world from now on, family. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. All right, y'all. Let's take it back to Candace. Can we head back to cooking with Candace? We want to close out that segment and talk to you a little bit. So, Candace, you live with some conditions.
I live with multiple sclerosis. I have relapse remittent multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune condition. It's progressive. And a little bit about I'm cutting zucchini for the soup. And if you're a vegetarian, zucchini is a great hearty vegetable that will really take the soup well.
Yeah, push your camera up a little bit. Push your camera up a little bit, Candace. Just a little. Push it up so we can see you. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry about that. MS is a progressive autoimmune disease which attacks the immune system, and it's a crackerjack of a illness. Everyone experiences it kind of differently. And my first exacerbation with MS, I thought I was experiencing vertigo. I was uninsured and just really couldn't afford to go to the doctor. I was working a really stressful job. Yeah. And what was funny is the job was stressful, but it wasn't paying me much. So I had to eat foods with a lot of microwavable instant foods. I'm not going to, for legal reasons, I'm not going to say what it was, but the foods that we tend to eat when we're not doing our financial best. So I was going through it, and fast forward to diagnosis, which took almost 4 months. Yeah. And I'm sorry. I sliced the zucchini in rings, and then I just cut it in half, just so the juice can really get in there, the juice of the soup. But my diagnosis was quite interesting because I was newly insured, and my first time being insured on my own, not under my mom's insurance. And I had to jump through a lot of hoops, and I later found that my my first exacerbation was ignored by my prior doctors as me being whiny. And my neurologist, he kept asking the imaging place to send, I'm slicing green onions through the white, from the white to the light green. I'm gonna save the dark green for garnish. My neurologist asked the imaging company, he kept saying, you're sending me the wrong images. There is no way that this is the young lady that walked into my office, because the images I'm seeing is of somebody who will be lucky to walk on a walker. And while she has a limp, she walks unassisted. They went back and forth. My name is Candace Talbert Finley. I'm randomly the only Candace Talbert Finley in the world. So he was like, there's a grave mistake. I don't want to send her through the MRI again. But then they found that it was me. And he asked me, when you go through times like this, what's different? And I told him, my work situation and my financial situation.
Yeah.
He asked me, what are you eating? And I told him, and he was like, you got to stop. So, trying my best not to eat food from packages has really helped me. I won't go as far as to say that I eat clean, but cooking is my superpower. Yeah. And I'm fortunate in that way. And I really want to show people that cooking is not scary. And if you can eat, you can cook. You might not be able to think up a recipe, but
yes. If you can eat, you can cook.
If you can eat, you can cook. If you know what tastes good, you can cook.
Yep. Very nice, Candace. I am so grateful that you were here today to share your story, to share your life. I love that God don't play about us. That we've been coming, we've been living, we've been thriving and surviving with these conditions, but staying faithful nonetheless, trusting God, right? Doing the best that we can, dealing with the very real human emotions that come up, right? And staying united in community. Look. Cooking is your superpower, someone said. And we love hanging out with Cooking with Candace. We love hanging out with Cooking with Candace. So, Candace, if you go ahead, you finish that meal up, we're actually going to present it to the people come Monday morning. Monday morning, we're going to drop what that meal looks like, the presentation, all beautiful, all powerful. So folks know that they need to keep coming back to Cooking with Candace every time we display it. All right. We dropping some more ingredients. We getting it going. Candace, thank you so much for being here. We love you. We appreciate you.
I love you. Stay supernatural.
Exactly. Our supernatural lives. Woo, woo, woo. All right, family. We coming down the line. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'm the modern day Oprah. Ha ha ha. Whatever you want to call me. Even as we think about the life of Cicely Tyson and we think about the artistry there and the beauty and the grace there, we do it in honor of her. Even as we think about being coaches in this world, we do this in honor of Hank Aaron. And y'all, look, we just out here living our supernatural lives. Last up, I have some very, very, not last up, excuse me. We're not last up. We got a very special guest closing us out. But next up, we're coming down the pipeline. We're getting to it. We're almost to the end, y'all. My supernaturallife.org to go ahead and give. But next up, I wanted to introduce the royal family, the royal family of the House of Peace. That's what I'm gonna call them today. I wanted to invite my peace parents to come on. My peace parents, can we get them up on the feed? Woo, woo, woo. Yes, mom and dad, can y'all unmute? It's so good to see y'all. Yes.
Yeah, here we are.
Here y'all are, live from New York, Queens, New York.
That's right.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
good to see all of you.
Yes. So how y'all been feeling? How's everything happening out there? Do you miss me? Do you love me? What's the word?
Yeah, we miss you.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, we miss you a whole lot. We wish you could be here and be with us. We're trying to stay warm.
Yes.
Because the weather is extremely cold here right now. And we're expecting a big snowstorm on Monday.
Yes.
So, you know, we're all snug and surviving. So we're just thankful that we're able to see you and your all the workers that you have working with you to see that this ministry, which
Yes.
is very important, that it takes off and that people are blessed through you because of what God has given you.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Mom, and thank you for those 3 years out of your life that you dedicated to re-nurturing me, you know, and being there for me, right? And just showing up day in and day out with that love and that compassion and that care. I just wanted to say thank you, thank you, Mom, and Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Rev.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Rev.
How are you
Rev,
doing?
Rev number 1. How you doing?
Yes. Well, I'm excellent and seeing all of this wonderful work that you're doing, and Lord blessing you. Our hearts are overflowing, of course, with great love. Yes.
Yes. So
Great love.
beautiful.
I'd like to.
You like to share? Go ahead, Dad.
Question. Yeah, I need to share because this supernatural life for you didn't just start after the incident with your kidneys.
That's
You were
right.
a supernatural baby. You're a supernatural baby. And I say that because there was a child before you that my wife was carrying in her womb. And unfortunately, that child did not make it. But my mother, who's a very spiritual woman, her name is Grace, and she said to us, don't worry, the flower that went down, there's another flower coming up. And that was you. You were the flower that God brought into the world to be a blessing to the world. And we see how you're spreading now and sharing all the good things. So the kidney failure was only a part of God blossoming you into a greater, more expanded world in which you're seeing today. You're all over the world. So we're grateful for your name too, which is so important to us. As your mom and I thought about your name Ayana. Ayana means beautiful flower. As my mother said, another flower was coming up.
Yes,
Jendaye, your second name, Jendaye, means we give thanks to God for that flower which was coming up. And we're grateful, amen, for Ife. And that means the one who's loved and blessed. Ayana, Ife, Jendaye, Davis. And Davis speaks to the beloved one. So your name is just filled with the love of God, the presence of God, the peace of God, and the supernatural blessings of God. So I'm going to just share a few words about love. That's what makes this whole thing go around. As I heard all of your wonderful acquaintances and friends and supporters, it's the love of God which has elevated each one of you to the place where you are right now. So let's be complete and humble and gentle with this thing called love, because love is patient. We thank God for the patience that God gives us as we love one another. So we are grateful for the supernatural life, but we're grateful for what God is doing in you and through you, and that the love goes around the world. As a child, she was very outgoing. At the age of 3, 4, she was writing and reading, and her mother maintained so much of the writing this woman has done from a child. So we thank God for the supernatural life that you have now, but that supernatural life has been embedded in you, and keep moving, keep going, keep glowing, keep doing, keep sharing, keep blessing the entire world with the gifts that God has placed within you. Thank you, supernatural friends.
Well, we love you. I love you so much, parents. Thank you for instilling the power of the village within me, the global village. That's why I talk about the global village. Mom, you as an educator, Dad, as you a great pastor and leader in the world. Yo, I was born to be a leader. I was born to be a leader, born to do this work. I love y'all. Thank you for loving me to wholeness. And we just have a little slideshow showing of my family, Dad, supporting me when I was in the Glee.
Love you.
Mom and Dad at a show. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And I'll call y'all afterwards. Peace, peace, peace.
All right.
Oh my
God.
God.
Go ahead and cut the slide. cut the slideshow, y'all. That's just some pictures of me. Head to my IG and you can see them. For my family. So grateful for my family. Okay, family, we are up to our last few minutes together. Our last few minutes in Welchella Day 1, the new wave. Family, head over to my supernaturallife.org. We need your help. We need your support. Head over to our Patreon. Head over to our website. Get signed up for notifications and information and stay connected. Stay connected all around coaching, community, and care. Coaching, community, and care. Family, this work is important because 150 million people in America alone live with chronic conditions of the body and the mind. 80 million people live with 2 chronic conditions or more. Family, we've got a pandemic coming up where folks are living with COVID and struggling through COVID and trying to recover from COVID. And sometimes these symptoms last and last and last. So guess what? That's a chronic condition now coming up. Even as we think about the grief that's happening in the world, this layered grief, this layered trauma that's coming up, guess what? We all have a chronic condition coming up in the world, family. And as I think about my own journey as a Black, queer, young woman, attempting to make it through school, attempting to live my life and live abundantly and with all that God had for me, I thought about my own life and my own family, right? And my own experience and how the care that I thought we needed wasn't always there. How the support wasn't always there for me. I had no one to talk to, until finally I did. So thank you, Global Village, for supporting me and loving me to wholeness. Head on over to my supernaturallife.org. If you believe in this vision, if you believe in what's going on, if you believe in me as your peace pastor, as Reverend Yanni Davis, I have work to be here today. I have been resurrected, family, just so I can live into this dream and into my purpose. And I have been called for such a time as this. And I am here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for all of us. And please remember, tomorrow is Saluhu Day 2. If you go ahead and register, you're going to go ahead and get a Zoom link from us where I create sacred ritual and renewal space for all of us. We've been doing this for 2 years. Please, Black women, non-gender conforming folks, non-binary folks, please register and come be with me tomorrow at Saluhu at 3 p.m. PST. Now, as we close Welchella, family. Our special guest is here with us. India Shawn is here, and she is about to share. Can we bring India Shawn up? India Shawn, thank you for being my friend. For being an inspiration, for being so loving and sweet and beautiful and caring and larger than life. India, say something to the people.
What's up, everybody? I am so happy to be involved in this beautiful organization and this day. I'm just happy to see you well, and not only well, but thriving and living your vision, seeing it through. So I'm happy to be a part.
Thank you so much. We got a song together years ago. Your love has got me here. Thank you so much for blessing that track. When I did that album, I was like, yo, who do I love like making music right now? Who do I love in the industry? Who is really coming with the soul, right? Not just the soul, but also coming with the good energy behind the music, right? And so you were one of those people that I saw doing just that. And now taking it to the next level is exploding. It's so wonderful to witness. So tell me some more about the wellness side and the music side and the art side, what you're up to, just briefly.
It's just naturally kind of taking that route as I'm having to expose people to more of who I am and what my life is, because it's not just about the music, right? So I just created a platform on YouTube called Wellness Wednesdays, where I'm just kind of sharing my wellness journey and my practices. And that's been really fun. And it's been a way for me to hold myself accountable to this lifestyle.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let people know where to find you, what you have coming out, y'all. Please, Wellness Wednesdays. It's been so beautiful, even visually, aesthetically. You've been setting stuff up so very nice.
I'm trying. It's very DIY, but
I get it. Look.
Thank you so much. So that's on YouTube under India Shawn, and then otherwise I'm on, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the things, TikTok, you name it.
Wonderful.
I have a single coming out in a couple weeks, and then the album will be here in maybe a couple months. So just be on the lookout, stay engaged.
That's it. So beautiful. Thank you, India. Thank you for your wellness journey and sharing with us. And look, please bless the people with this last bit of art and inspiration. I'm honored. Thank you, and share your beautiful voice with the world.
For sure. This is a song called Moving On. It is out and available everywhere right now. It's just about moving beyond something, someone, a mind frame that no longer serves the highest version of you. And it goes like this. I got my bro, Jose Rios, on guitar, by the way. Famous guy. My bag, sometimes it's like that. Get yourself out of them blues, you gotta give it to you. Nobody got you like you. Let it show, we gon' shine like gods today. Look down on the stars, look what we made. When you've been so low, only one way to go, one way to go. Diamonds on my wrist, watch 24 gold heart shining on you so hard. When you've been down too long, one way to go. Switching on you, crisscross to the floor. Give me more, don't stop shining on you. Go hard. I've been down for too long, now I'm moving on like I should. I just wanna feel good. I've been down, I'm getting over that. Going up till I'm over that. Moving on like I should. I just wanna feel good. I've been down, I'm getting over that. Going up till I'm over that. Tight body girl, out of sight, out of world. Mind like on a roll. Talk like she could get me hot with the convo. Then we fight like Battle of the Alamo. What you do? I don't know. Skin caramel, fine like baby hair. Cute, but she gon' raise a lot of hell. Truth is I'm running out of lies to tell. New chick after new chick. I done lost count of excuses about why we can't be exclusive. But I'll be damned if I lose it. I can't say I never knew it. You can't play with my heart, that was foolish. Sometimes when I think what we could have been, hoping and dreaming we'll get back in again. Festival season, thought it'd never end. Holding your hand, always my plans. Tears in your eyes. Walking off the stage, feeling dead inside. Don't cry, know you're terrified. So am I, but here's to the peace of mind I hope we both find. Cause I just wanna feel good. I've been down, I'm getting over that. I'm going up till I'm over that. Moving on like I should. I just wanna feel good. I've been down, I'm getting over that. Going up till I'm over that. I'ma keep it moving on. I'ma keep it moving on. Ooh, I think you're still muted, Yanni. You're still muted.
Thank you so much, India, for being our special guest today. You are such a light. You are such an angel. And thank you for gracing the world with your wellness journey. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Blessings to everyone who shared today.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to ask at this point if everyone can come up to the screen, if we could make everybody live that's still here. Soraya's still hanging out at 1:30 in the morning. Mom and Dad are still here. Dad got church in the morning. RJ and Andy still here. And Andy, this body is still here. Coach Greta is still here. So family, look. I just want to say thank you to the sponsors. All right. Some folks have really been showing up for us that we could even get to this place where we are today. I want to thank Swanky Shank for being our first partnership. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. I want to thank Sojourner Presbyterian Church, the church where I interned at all those years ago, for being a donor and for being a sponsor and coming through for my supernatural life. I want to thank Harbor Christian Church, which is actually the church that I'm sponsored under as a reverend in the Christian Church Disciples of Christ Harbor. Pastor Sadie, thank you for everything that you've been doing. Reverend Joanne Bynum, thank you so much for being a great mentor and for giving from your heart. Life Ministries, Reverend Ronnie Taylor, thank you. Andy Love Inc. Andy, on your birthday, you ran that campaign and helped us out like nobody could, all the way from Tulum. Oh my God. Thank you, Andy Love Inc. National Benevolent Fund. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Scent Incubator Program. The Scent Incubator Program, where I started this whole thing. Thank you for inviting me into that program and for those initial funds that allowed me to file with the IRS, and Forum for Theological Exchange, FTE. Thank you for all of your good work. Sue, thank you for all of your tech love today. Couldn't do this without you. You are an angel. Now, everybody, last time, look, when I say peace, everybody say love. Peace.
Love.
Peace.
Love.
Yes, family. It's all about the supernatural way. The supernatural way. Peace, purpose, power. Y'all be peace, know peace, live peace, and stay connected with my supernatural life. Hey. Supernatural life. We love you, everybody. Just wave. Get some salutations. Love you. See you next time. Everybody smile. Everybody love each other. Go ahead and be community.
Wonderful.
And we out, family. See you next month with the new wave, life and legacy, keeping HBCUs alive.
Hey.
Daddy out.
Peace
out.
All right. Love you, baby. Thank you, everyone.
Yo, it's Yanni. Just trying to lead my people to freedom, trying to show my folks the light, cause we gonna be all right. Yeah. Sending people signal warnings. Groundhog's Day is every morning. Quarantine and lockdown, keeping me from my performance. On the block, it starts to storm and impact so enormous. All the future generations, what it is. Like, is it people? Is it profit? Is it benefiting us? Green from the earth or in the green that we trust? I'm a lust after the future, cause my presence is a present. Afrofuturistic gifting, and they wondering who sent it.
Walking in freedom land, family to hold my hand. If I don't make it through the night, I keep walking till I see the light. I'm walking in freedom land, tribe gonna hold my hand. If I don't make it through the night, I keep walking till I see the light.
She's the most high living, just the most high God. Running through the wilderness, the most high Yam. 40 days and 40 nights, 40 lines, 40 rights. Quick, whoop, whoop, come and start to running for your life. Faithful to the end, to go, is it coming? California, Tokyo, I'm in your hood, eating ramen. Cause we took the mission local, now we take the district global. Take the power back, something like Constantinople. What? Displaced children of Africa. Azita, spirit, coming after ya. Pause, stop, come, go, see, we had enough. Justice in the diaspora. Walking into the light. Family don't hold me tight. If I don't make it through the night, I keep walking till I see the light. I'm walking in freedom line. My tribe gonna hold my hand. If I don't make it through the night, I keep walking Woken till I see.
We are the displaced children of Africa, and they're asking us to moan less. I own this black body and the awareness that my hair communicates with the sun. Each nap, wrapped ever so intricately, lets me know that I am the one to use my voice and then rejoice. Makes me wanna holler, makes me wanna shout. I am the Holy Spirit in flesh, sent to cast demons out. I am the savior of my people, the embodiment of all. These crucifix lips rise again every time I show my people how to ascend. This frame ain't looking for fame, just a broken heart that I can mend. You are the big brother, you are the big sister, you are the big sibling I have always prayed for and I stayed for. So next lifetime, this divine feminine lesson will help you to rise again. Can I get an amen? Ha ha ha. Amen.